So here we are, the day before Thanksgiving. It's been about 2 weeks or so since I made my last video, which is the start of season 6 of the new Arc Pass, as well as a number of other changes that Game Ago made to the game. What I've been following is, and what the theme of what I've been talking about is the inch toward pay to win, and we've seen that a little bit more so now. So you've seen some big discounts for credits out of the marketplace, and now you've seen things such as the addition of serendipity stones and other pets to the marketplace store. So what does that mean? So serendipity stones are something that allows you to reroll stats, a stat on an item, specifically the synthesis stat. This is a big deal because you can have a max of 5 reroll attempts banked on an item, and you gain one every time you infuse it to another level, i.e. you go from to heroic to epic, etc. But it's complete RNG. So if you're a mage, for example, you could easily roll like a melee crit stat or something else. So it's a place of a lot of pain for people, that you can spend quite a bit of in-game honor or other resources to get these stones. So now Game Ago has them on the marketplace, so you can get a stack of 5 for 3,900 credits. Using quick math, it's like 30 some odd bucks. If I remember correctly, I'll double check that number here somewhere. So this is, on one hand, it's not game changing, but it is something that drives the economy and it drives the game, i.e. It's 80,000 honor to get a serendipity stone. So, instead of having to, use those resources for that, you can do something else. And you can just buy those stones. When I said pets, they also added some actual battle pets as well. So, it started off like you could buy a mailbox that you could use anywhere. You can buy a vault that you can use anywhere. Now they've added things like the serendipity stones and other things. So if it feels like, again, we're at that, drip and drab until it's a drip and drab until we get to, they're desensitizing us to the conversation. So the question becomes, is there going to be a difference between Legacy and Unchained, or is that going to be coming out the window? Now, I don't think they're ever going to go to a full subscription model or, a Patreon model like they have in Legacy with Unchained, but it's a really interesting step. So changing gears a little bit here, though, they also just announced that name changes and server transfers are coming. At least to Legacy, and I'll post it here. They did say that it's coming soon to Unchained, which is really necessary, because if you look at the health of the servers, you look at the health of the individual factions on the servers, you definitely have some imbalances on a number of the servers. Like I play on Deni West, and it's basically free farm because the East is anemic right now. There were some toxic players. A number of players came west, so now it's basically it's a free farm. And I know Kyrnos is the same way, and I can't speak for some of the other servers. I just don't pay that close attention. But if it's like this on one, it's going to be pretty similar to the other ones, where one side outbalances the other one. And in a game like this, it's a big deal. Like you used to hear about it happening in something like World of Warcraft, which is not really a big deal because it isn't a PvP game like Archeage, so where content is gated by faction potentially and everything's contested. So I'm gonna be curious, are they gonna, I would hope that they're gonna do server merges at the same time. I'm not expecting anything to happen in Legacy for at least 6 months. They're gonna definitely get through the new year, but we're gonna wait. I'm waiting and seeing. I'm curious how they're gonna handle it in Legacy when it comes to server transfers. So that'll be a wait and see. So I wanted to just do a quick summary of kind of where we're at on my ongoing update around what's happening with Archeage as a game and where it's moving from a pay-to-win perspective. So why don't we jump into the game and we can actually look at the marketplace together. So if we look here, you can see the 3,900 credits that it takes to buy the Serendipity Stones. Math, but here it's about $30 to get them. It's just for 5 random rolls. So very similar to like gotchas where you're looking for a random item drop. Same thing. It's just there are RNGs here. You could easily spend quite a bit of money trying to get one stat to the correct thing. I'm sure there's some whales out there doing that. So this does track with what Game-A-Go has said, that they're not going to put anything in here that isn't something you can achieve in the game. This is definitely something you can achieve in the game. It's just quite a lot of honor. So, but we are making a step toward, like what I mentioned before, the desensitization of the player base to the idea of putting these things in the marketplace. So my guess is when we get to season 7 of the Arc Pass, I wouldn't be surprised if you can straight out buy labor inside of the marketplace. So we'll have to wait and see when we get to next month. So I'll keep doing these updates as we move forward and as changes are made to the store. But I'll leave you guys with Deni West space program as we launch ourselves into space. So everybody have a great night.
Boat, once it starts getting launched, is going to automatically sink itself when it lands.
Oh.
It's always so much.
Space bar.
Hold space bar the whole time.
Oh no, here it goes.
I want to be Minx.
Here it goes.
Minx almost died of fall damage. Oh shit.
Who are the survivors? How are y'all staying up there?
Hang on to the
Warborn. Warborn privilege.
Gotta hang on to the ladder.
Did you come mosh pit with us?
Oh,
Ooh.
dude.
Oh,
We're moshing here.
Slater and Shout Chat. So are the Exiles opening anytime soon to East? Because the West is kind of retarded.
oh,
Here comes the big one.
Alright, here's
Oh.
the wave.
the big one.
Alright, everybody hands up, hands up, hands up.
Oh, keep up, upside down.
It's too good.
Oh, he's in nation chat.
He's really looking for attention, so if you just ignore him, he goes away, dude.